Somatic therapy, or body-based therapy, is a very progressive and well-researched technique in the field of psychology. It isn't necessarily a technique that I would do to a client, like a hands-on technique. It's more of a technique where I teach someone to slow down and start to connect in and tune into and listen to their bodies in a different way. Oftentimes we try to think our way through problem solving through patterns and behaviors, and we think, oh, this was very illogical or irrational for me to react or think this way or to behave this way. And if all we needed to do was think our way around or outside of a problem, we would have done that over and over and over again with our friends and our family, or in our minds, or in our journals. That actually what's happening is the body informs, the body holds our unconscious, the body holds our emotions, our sensations, our feelings, our reactions, our overreactions, our anxieties, our traumas. And the mind more interprets and takes in the information of what's happening in our systems to then make decisions. And oftentimes our reactions and our overreactions are without thought process. So although we need to bring in awarenesses and we need to have understanding and we have to process through, and that's an important piece of the work that I do, we also have to include what's going on in our bodies. We're 98% body-based. And when we stop listening and we become out of tune with our bodies, that's when we feel unhealthy. So for example of how I would use this in session, someone comes in and they're complaining about they keep picking the wrong person over and over again dating. And they think it should be fine and this person looks great on paper. And I'll watch somebody logically walk through what they think is going on. And then I'll say, okay, now give me an example of a date that you went on. And as they're talking about this date, this person looks really good on paper, and they're giving me the story, what I start paying attention to is what their body actually starts doing. Maybe their shoulders cave in. I can start to notice changes in the breath. I can start to notice that the pitch of your voice may change. Maybe your face is making some face that you didn't realize you were making. And at that point, because your body is telling me something different than your story is telling me, I would interrupt you and then invite you to slow down and tune in. What is? Do you notice what's happening in your system? Do you notice what's happening in your body? And then we really drop the story and we stay with that process. And that will show, I mean, it's amazing. Someone will come in and start to really tune into their body, and they'll get memories of things that happened when they were 5, or start to smell. A smell will come in they didn't even realize was happening, that's triggering them to think and react in a way that did not match what they thought was going on. So the body and the system is incredibly informative, and that's how we really start to get the real story of what's going on.